Hi everyone. It's time for today's video based on New York Times connection game. It's basically a game where you create four groups of four words from 16 given words. You have seen the thumbnail, so you know what the first group we are discussing is. Watch to the end of this video, and I will also tell you the other three groups of four words, what each word means, and what they have in common. These are all the words that have something to do with embodiment. So, embodiment, the first one is example. So, example means that he's an example for, he's an example for good behavior. Example, an embodiment. Can you give me an example? Like, I really want to eat a healthy breakfast. Can you give me an example? What is it? So example, for example, right? As an example. So embodiment as something, as an instance of something, right? Lead by example, kind of like make everybody follow you, right? And then the adjective for that is wow, that is just exemplary behavior. Like you're being a role model. You're like, everybody's gonna just follow you because you really know what you're doing. Exemplary, example, by example, as an example, for example. The next word for embodiment is ideal. That is an ideal solution. That is a really great solution. Ideal. Ideally, I would want to live in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, but now I live here, whatever, right? Ideally, ideal. What is your ideal type of a job? Ideal. That is not ideal. Would you rather, if your children never talk to you? That is not ideal, right? What is the ideal solution? What is the awesome? What is the best thing that can happen to you? Ideally, I would want to, make a lot of money, right? Ideally. Or so is this person your ideal partner? Not necessarily ideal, the best, the most, awesome. Model is another word for embodiment. And then the word I use is role model. He is my role model. Like I follow whatever he says. I like to be a role model where people would respect me. So embodiment, model, that is, you're being a model of modesty. Kanye, you're being the Kanye West of modesty. Model after somebody, right? So the other words weren't verb, but model can be a verb. I'm modeling. So, wow, like models, like, the ones that walk on the runway, those are models. So role model, I said what that means, and then model, but then also it can be, is that an actual house? No, that's just a model. That's just a type of it. What is the latest model of Samsung phone that there is, right? Model. Wow, you've been dating all these models, beautiful people that are in magazines. That's just a model airplane. It's a tiny airplane. It's not really the real thing. It's a model airplane. So the next one is embodiment is symbol. That's why we have sex symbol, right? Like whatever, Elizabeth Taylor 50 years ago was a sex symbol. I don't know what he said, Elizabeth Taylor, but Madonna also a long time ago. Maybe right now, I don't know, Katy Perry, she's really not. But symbol, that is, when I give you an olive branch, that's a symbol of wanting peace. Symbol, we use words and symbols. Words are type of symbols. Is, when you do this, it's a symbol of aggression, right? When you do this, it's a symbol of gratitude. When you do this, it's a symbol of saying goodbye. Symbol. Hey there, friend. Nice to meet you. I am Hamid. Sorry for the interruption. If you are enjoying this video and are looking to take your English fluency and vocabulary to the next level, I've got something special for you. I offer personalized one-on-one coaching sessions tailored to your unique goals, and interests. Whether you're focusing on grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, or all around communication skills, I'm here to help you master English in a way that's fun and effective. Ready to elevate your English? Click on the link in the description below to book your session with me today. Let's embark on this journey to English mastery together. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more tips and tricks on mastering English. The following words are related to trains. Car. Now, car, because a car is when you are on a train, every little compartment, every thing that is connected to another thing, it's called a car. So, of course, the simplest form, car is the vehicle. Car is the thing you drive, and your Uber is a car. Car usually is not a big bus type thing. That's not a car. Bus is not a car, I don't think. Car is usually a vehicle, but also it can be a train car. Related to train is conductor. Conductor is the guy who comes in the train and takes your ticket. So conductor has other meanings, right? Conductor means you can be a conductor of an orchestra. That's the conductor. Right? You're leading the orchestra. That's a conductor. And then we have conductor for, we have semiconductors and conductors. And conductor is a conductor of electricity. And that's why semiconductors are so important. The semi-half conductor is a very important thing in technology to have semiconductors. Conductor, I think copper is a conductor, but then semiconductor is a different type of conductor. And of course, conductor, conductor, comes from conduct. And then conduct is an interesting word because conduct could be your conduct is exemplary. You're acting really beautifully. Your behavior, you have a good behavior, conduct. But actually, I'm sorry, that's your conduct. So that the first the emphasis on the first one, conduct, your conduct. But your conduct, the way you conduct, that becomes a verb. Like everything else, a lot of the other things, conduct, the way you conduct yourself, conduct. The stress is on duct. So conduct, your conduct hasn't been that great. You should conduct yourself better, right? So that's where conductor comes from. Then related to train is a station. So, train station, where the trains stop. And station is position. That's below my station. I am an ambassador. I'm not going to go talk to people, right? Below my station. That's not, my job. I'm way more important than that. And then station can be interesting. There's a sort of a noun from station and says stationary. Now, stationary, with a certain spelling, can mean stationary, station, STATION, station. That means station, ARY. That means something that doesn't move. He's stationary. He's not moving, right? But if you have station, ERY, that's the writing material, like pencil or paper. That's a stationary with E. So you got to be careful. And track is, related to train. And I've done several videos on track. But track is the thing that train is on. But then track is any kind of a path, right? Like when you run, that's why you have track and field. You run, you have a track. But then track, you can be, you're going on a track. Track of something. And when you keep track of it, can you keep track of it? Can you see where that thing is going? Can you monitor it? I'm tracking you. I'm following you, right? But then, so to track means to pursue somebody, but to be on track means to be, to be on the right path. So I wanted to say that, take a stationary and a stationary, one with E and one with A. And they have nothing to do with each other. So this is why English becomes so confusing. English becomes so difficult to follow. And if you get really frustrated, if you don't know what to do, you're just going to keep doing it, keep working on it. I've been doing it for more than 40 years, and your English is going to be better, way better than the Americans and the British and, Canadians and Australians or whatever, because those guys were born there. You are learning it. And so for them, what you will learn is so much more because you're actively learning it. So just keep working on it. Keep coming back and watching my videos. Keep working on it. Keep watching movies with English subtitles, English movies and English subtitles. Don't use a dictionary. Okay. So these are all words for colleague. The fourth word is associate, right? So who's that person? Is my associate. Associate means like, John and associates. So, associate, somebody who works with you. But to associate, the same exact pronunciation means, I like to associate with you. I like to work with you. Can you associate that with anything? Can you relate it? Like, I had a dream about a fox. Can you associate that with anything? Maybe because you like to go hunting. Associate, to associate. And then that's where the word association comes from, right? The noun association. By association. Do you know this person? Only by association. Like, I don't know them, but just, indirectly. Another word for colleague is fellow. Now, fellow is FELLOW. And one of the things that we do in common in English is that, when you're like in a meeting or something, and then you want to connect to people, you call them fellow Canadians, fellow humans, fellow Germans, fellow meat eaters, fellow people with mustache or whatever. So fellow, an adjective to say that, okay, you're related to these people somehow, right? Fellow English speakers, fellow second English speakers, the fellow colleague, and then also it's a title, like he's an Oxford fellow. And also fellow means person. How are you doing, fellow? Fellow, as in, person. You're a good fellow. You're a good person. This fellow was like, and then another word, like, maybe guy in America, or lad is another one for fellow, or this become huge, this dude, this fellow, this bloke, that's what they use it in England. This bloke was doing this dude, this guy, this man, this fellow. And I think it's usually used for men. I don't think you use fellow for women in that sense. Colleague is also partner, somebody who partners with you, and partnership, and to be a partner and things like that. And then so your partner can be a noun. I'm a partner, and like, in a law firm, you have partners, Bill and associates, or Bill and partners. But then there's also the verb to partner. I want to partner with you in this project. I want to be your partner, to partner with you. And then the last one for colleague is peer. He's my peer. Like, he's in the same level as me. He's my cohort. He's my partner. He's my fellow. And then that's, in computers, we have peer to peer going from one side to the other. And then we have this thing called peer pressure, right? Peer pressure doesn't work on that guy. As in, everybody says, hey, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this, or you can't do this, you can't. That's peer pressure. When other people keep telling you what you should do, what you shouldn't do, that's peer pressure. So these are the next group of words. These are the words that come after word ear. So drum, so drum, eardrum is that inner part of your ear, but drum is like, that's drum, right? I'm drumming. That's also drumming. So, right, that's the verb. But drum set is, the thing, that the musical piece, the musical instrument. So drum, like a drum set, right? That's a drum set. And then you have a drummer who drums, that's also drumming. An eardrum, as I said, you could even have an oil drum where you have these big barrels of oil. That's an oil drum. And then drum can be drumming up You can have the expression drum up business. I'm doing this to drum up business, to enhance business, drum up. Drum rolls, please. When you want to make an announcement, drum rolls, please. And then drumstick is actually a part of the chicken leg when you eat that. Drumstick. That's a drumstick. So that's drum. The other word is mark, earmark. Earmark means to earmark somebody, something, to kind of bookmark it, right? To make it, to earmark. This is earmarked for, usually it's like a budget thing, right? So this is earmarked for something. Mark, actually did a video on mark the other day. Mark means to mark something, to mark it, to put a sign on it or something, or, say, I'm a marked man. Like everybody wants to hit me or target me. I'm a marked. That's your mark. That's the person you're going to follow, right? To mark that, make a sign, make a symbol, mark. The next one with ear is wax. Ear wax is the thing inside your ear. Wax is, like you wax your shoes, that's wax. But then wax and wane is something like when something gets faded, it's waxing and waning, and then you have candle wax, the thing that pours off the candle is wax. The next one is wig, earwig. I'm not sure what earwig is, but wig in general is the thing that you put on your, sometimes when you don't have any hair, sometimes when you want to change your hairdo, your expression, like back in the day, the aristocracy would wear wigs to show their superiority, or the blue blood, or the lawyers, or the judge and stuff, they would put wigs on. And then that's where the expression probably big wig comes from. These are some big wigs. These are some very important VIP people. Okay, I hope you learned something. Come back tomorrow.